Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to talk about pages 124 and 125 in handwriting. We're going to start a new stroke, a new cursive thing that we're going to do. We're going to be doing a capital letter over curve. We've done it for lowercase. We're going to do it for capitals, and then we're also going to study a double curve. We only have a few capital letters left before you know all of them. So let's start with an over curve. Would you please look in your book at page 124? I'd like you to have out a sharp pencil. Tilt your book. Remember, if you're a righty, the right side goes up. If you're a lefty, the left side tilts upwards. So please make sure you have those set. Let's start with page 124. We're going to start with our overcurve letters. Look at that. It says, you will learn to write these uppercase letters. Each letter begins with an overcurve. Those letters are, do you know that first one? It's the letter I, then we have a J and a Q. And they start with an overcurve. So if you remember for the lowercase letters, overcurves went this way, right? Same thing. Overcurves for capitals start at the bottom and go up. You have to start at the bottom. That's why you go over. It's an overcurve. So we go over. Do it with me. Hold your pencil up. Overcurve. All right, I'd like you to look at the letter I. Do you see the overcurve? It starts at the bottom red line and goes to the top. Please trace that with your pencil. The next letter is the J. It starts at the bottom and goes up and over. Trace that with your pencil. Then we have the Q. It starts at the bottom and goes up as well. Trace that. Now I'd like you to trace and write overcurve strokes. So I want you to trace them, start at the bottom. Gotta start at the bottom or it's not gonna work. All right, go ahead and do that and pause the video and come back when you're ready. All right, the next one is a double curve. And double, of course, means two. So we're gonna have two curves in this double curve thing. Look here, it says, you will learn to write these uppercase letters. Each letter has a double curve stroke. Okay, so let's erase our overcurves. Let's talk about a double curve, two curves. We're gonna start at the top, make just a little curve right there. Do you see that? Just a little curve. Our bottom stroke is gonna start here and it's gonna come this way, curve that way. So if we put them together, we have little curve, little curve. Do you see that? Just slightly. Don't make it a straight line. We're going to double curve, double curve, double curve, double curve, double curve. Try it with me. Little left, little right. Notice the middle is the dotted line. That's where I should be kind of breaking it up. Look at the book. There are two letters there that look very similar, don't they? The first one is a T, a capital T. And the second one is the capital F. Those are the two letters, the T and the F. They're very similar. The F just has a line in the middle. Please look down to where it says trace and write. I'd like for you to go ahead, please, and start at the top. Make a little curve and a little curve. Trace through all those and then write them, and then pause the video and come right back. All right, everybody, let's look at 135, 125, the capital I. We use this a lot in writing because if we are writing about ourselves and we use the personal pronoun I, we need to be able to write this in cursive. Remember, it's always a capital if it's used by itself. So let's take a quick look at this. The big box at the top. Where does my overcurve start? It actually starts just below the red line. Do you see that? Just barely below. We start with the overcurve. We go to the top and make a loop. We have a curve down and a curve up. And then we retrace with a right curve. Okay, so let's put this together here. When I'm doing it, I'm going to start just below the red line. Not very much, but just a little. I'm going to start just below. I'm going to have an overcurve. See that? So we're going to have over curve, and then I'm going to come down. Do you see how that works? It kind of looks like a backwards L, doesn't it? But an L is made this way, moving forward. The capital I is not. We're going to have an over curve, loop, back curve, come up and touch. And I like to say it's a smile, but it's only part smile because we do not come back up and touch the dotted line. It doesn't do that. It stays there. Look in your book. Look in your book. Do you see how the end of your I does not touch the dotted line? It doesn't. Let's try this together again. I'm going to move my paper up a little. So we're going to start below. Try this with me. Over curve, loop. We come back, touch, half smile. You're going to have to allow for room for this when you're writing it, when you're writing a sentence. But this is how it goes. So one more time with me, and then I'll have you do it on your paper. Over curve, loop back, touch, half smile. Half smile. Look in your book. You're going to trace and write 3 rows. Try not to make them too wide. You don't want them too wide. You want them just right. So do those 3 rows and pause the video and come back. Did you circle your best I? I hope so. Let's look at, oh, I see 3 states. I see one of them that we know really well, don't we? What is the name of the first state listed? If you said Idaho, that's correct. That's out west, isn't it? Then what's the next one? Illinois. Notice that there is that S at the end. And then one close to us, Iowa. Yes. Now, before we go any further, does the capital I connect to the letters in the word? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's close, but it doesn't connect. Just because, let's do Illinois together. So put your pencils up. I want us to do it up here. I'm going to start just below the line. I'm going to do an over curve, slant back, touch, retrace, pick up. We're going to start close, but not touching. So we have an L. There are 2 L's. Go to an I, N, go up to an O. Then we're going to do our check stroke to an I, S. We don't pick up anywhere except that cursive capital I. Then we go back and dot. There is our Illinois. All right. Real quickly, let's look at the sentence. Ina traveled to Italy. I don't know anybody named Ina. Do you? Ina traveled to Italy. Do you know a city in Italy, guys? How about Rome? Rome is there. Have you heard of Rome before? It's in the country of Italy. Notice there's a period at the end of the sentence. I'd like you to trace the state, write the state. Trace the state, write the state. Then when you get to the sentence, trace the sentence, write the sentence. Do your very best on this, and I'll see you next time.